Well, good evening. Welcome to another edition of Sky Blue Fans TV. Well, all the excitement of the new season didn't quite go to plan, did it? We're here to discuss the afterthoughts of the game, should we say, if you can call it. But my view is we've got a point more than we did this time last year, because the opening game last year, of course, we lost at Stoke and we got nothing. This time we've got 1 point on the board. That's the way to look at it, I think. Anyway, the panel's there to discuss it tonight. We're going to discuss the team selection, tactics, Sheaf as captain, lack of signings, or how many more do we actually need? And we're going to preview also the Luton Town game, of course, on Tuesday night. How important is that game now to get our first win under our belts? And Claudio is going to tell us exactly what it's like to be up in the boardroom on match day. Right, let's bring the panel in. Good evening, Claudio.
Good evening, Ken. How you doing?
How are you? You're a bit scruffy tonight compared to what you were the last time I seen you on air.
I'll tell you what, I was so hot yesterday wearing that flipping suit, but it was good fun. And I'm hot now. Why is it we've got every show seems to be like on a hot Thursday night or a hot Sunday? I'm absolutely drenched already in this room.
Yeah, we can't learn too much about the weather. We've got to make the most of it while it's here. So, and Jack's with us tonight as well.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, Jack. How are you? You all right?
Yeah, not bad. Bit just getting over the disappointment, really. But yeah. It wasn't too bad. It could have been worse.
No Vicky tonight. No Miles. Miles get well soon. He's been pretty poorly the last couple of days, so get well soon, Miles. Vicky's on a trip somewhere, so she'll be unavailable tonight, unfortunately. But we've got plenty to discuss, so let's get down to it straight away, shall we? Let's go to you, Claudio, and talk about the team selection, shall we? There were a few shocks. Surprises, should we say? For me, anyway, because Sheaf, the captain, wasn't in the starting lineup, and nor was Ellie Sims.
Yeah, Sheaf is a mystery because he does a press conference the day before saying how he's so proud to be the captain, and then he's not even selected. Talk was put in front of him, and from what I gather, he wasn't injured. And I just think it's just a strange one, isn't it, really? I know we wanted Talk. I mean, I wanted Talk to play with Grimes, but I didn't expect him to. But it's just weird that he's had the press conference. He said he's the captain, so you just presume he's playing. And then he makes Liam Kitchen captain, which I think is even more bizarre, to be honest. Regarding the lineup, my only question about this lineup is this. I don't know really what we were expecting yesterday, because we got a new keeper, which we knew we had to have. And had Dovin not been injured, we wouldn't have had a new keeper, would we, really? It would have been Dovin starting. So the keepers come in, and then the rest, apart from Grimes, who came in January, it's pretty much, it is Robin's squad, isn't it, still? There's no new signings starting, which I think is a bit disappointing, because you do want to see sometimes a fresh face starting the season on the pitch, don't you? It just gives you something a bit more to look at, a bit more, I don't know, a bit of a buzz. Nothing at all. And I was a bit surprised at that, really. I thought maybe one of them may have started. I don't know who, but I don't know. It just, and it was a bit too samey for me. If I'm being honest, when I saw the lineup, I just thought, okay, we're playing Hullcity. They're not in the best of shapes as a club at the minute. They should be struggling. And I mean, let's face it, they didn't offer much, did they?
No,
they didn't, did they? But it was disappointing. When I saw the lineup, I thought, actually, what have we done during the summer? That's what I thought when I saw the lineup. I was a bit disappointed.
Yeah. Jack, were you surprised at the lineup? I know a lot of people that I spoke to were.
Yes and no. I mean, I was surprised that Talk was included, but as we've discussed over the last few shows, that we wanted that dynamic style midfield at home with Grimes holding, Torp breaking the lines, and then having obviously Rudy, the wingers, and the striker. I wasn't surprised that Asante started, given that he started last Saturday, got a goal, albeit maybe he didn't know a lot about it, and had two glorious chances last week that he didn't take. But the signs were there that he can be that dynamic striker that can break the lines. And that's what he did numerous times yesterday. But he seemed to just run himself up a dead end and either lose the ball, fall over, or it come to nothing, which is a real shame because he's got the pace to get in behind, which is what every club wants, a striker that's quick and can get in behind. But then he just does nothing with it because he's not got strength to hold it up, or, to be honest, sometimes it's about having teammates up there with him because he's quite quick. Teammates don't keep up with him. We don't expect it to happen. So, not overly surprised. Maybe it's just the Sheaf Torp argument that was the only surprising factor.
Yeah. Surprised that the captaincy went to Kitchen, or would you?
No, because
I'm surprised they haven't given it to. I'm surprised they haven't given it to the new guy. So why do you think Kitchen gets it?
He's not upset the apple cart, so he's kept it in the same pecking order. So it would have been. I think Kitchen got the armband back when Sheaf went off, but did Jamie Allen get it? Pecking order seems to have
get it for a while, but I would personally have gone for the new guy, Grimes. I would have gone Grimes because I think he's a captain laying in wait, to be honest, and I'm just surprised he hasn't had the captaincy yet.
But there are positives to have a captain, let's say, in Matty Grimes without the armband, because if someone else has got the armband, it means you've got two leaders on the pitch. If no one else has got the armband and it's Grimes, he's the only leader on the pitch at that point. So the fact that you've got someone maybe like Kitchen that's captain in the making at the, he's only 24, 25, I think, and Grimes, who's, breaking 30, who is a captain and has got bags of experience, maybe having the duality of that is a positive.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand where you're coming from, but I just thought new season that he might have opted for a new captain, but he's obviously not, and he's stuck with Sheaf for whatever reason. But unfortunately, as we know, he's very injury prone at the moment, Sheaf, and he wasn't very happy, was he, when he went down the tunnel after he went?
His valuation is plummeting every week, isn't it? At the minute,
I don't think. This time last year, there was a few clubs after him, weren't there?
He won't be going anywhere, I don't think, now, will he? It's just
no.
I feel sorry for him because we know he's a decent player, but when you have so many injuries, it's setback after setback, and he's obviously struggling. It's like he clears one thing up and then something else goes.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not great, is it, really?
No,
and
it's not
regarding Asante, I just don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, I find him really frustrating. The ball doesn't. I mean, I wrote a little piece, didn't I, where I said we got 4 strikers. We got one who can't somehow control the ball. It never sticks to his feet, which is Asante. It bounces off him like a control of a trampoline, isn't it? And then he.
I think you described it as Bambi on ice, didn't you? Described him as
what he was, because he's almost falling. He's almost falling before he gets the ball. It's weird. And then we've got Ellis, who, for a big guy, just doesn't impose himself. I went around to see Luca because he's had his ACL and LCL. It's a massive operation he's had on his knee. But he said to give him a shout out. So shout out, son.
Yes, get well soon.
Yeah, and get you back up to CBS. But
I didn't miss a lot on Saturday.
No, but he played when I was round and telling the bedroom. He put on the Wolves quarter-final. Ellis Sims in that game was excellent.
Yeah,
there's loads of periods where he gets the ball, turns, runs with it, carries it, bullies the defender. We rarely see that.
That was Hadji and Sims playing on the same side together, weren't it?
Yeah, but it rarely happens.
If I remember.
Now, Hadji, right? I know he's come back from injury, but I'm fed up of hearing about people needing minutes all the time.
Yeah.
But there was no real application when he came on. He looked so rusty; it was ridiculous. And then we got Norman Bissett, who, from what I gathered, didn't even train with the first team, nowhere near the first team squad at the minute, because obviously something has happened. And it seems to me that if you upset the apple cart, you're out.
Do you think it's his attitude? Is there an attitude problem there with Norman Bissett?
Well, there's something gone on, hasn't there? Because he was sat in the row below me where I was sat. So, and he's been nowhere near the squad, has he? Which is bizarre because of the way he came in this time last year. We had a meeting. I was there with Jack, with Doug King, we had the supporters forum thing, and we were raving about Norman Bissett. What a player we've got, because they were seeing 10 million, weren't they, Jack? I think after the investment we made.
Yeah,
but it hasn't gone that way, has it? And we are struggling for a forward. He can play up front, hold the ball, he doesn't have to score 20 goals. We just need a forward who runs off defenders, who makes space. We've got midfielders who can score goals. Be the pivots up front, be that awkward striker. And I don't think we've got that at all in our makeup up front. It's a bizarre setup.
Yeah.
Sometimes you've got to cut your losses. This is still Mark Robins' squad.
Yeah.
And he started with a Mark Robins team, basically. I know Grimes came in, but that is a Mark Robins team. And we played a bit like a Mark Robins team, to be honest, I thought, which is weird. Quite slow, a bit methodical, a bit ploddy. It was... I think for the first game of the season at home, we've got a great crowd up there who are really buzzing. We're playing the team who are struggling. After 2 or 3 minutes, when Sakamoto had that shot, I thought, here we go. This is it. We're going to go for it today. We're going to really go for it. And then after that, it died for 20 minutes, didn't it? Nothing happened.
Yeah, because the atmosphere was brilliant before the game, wasn't it? The build-up, everything before the game. It's exciting. First game of the season. And then it just was, as the game went on, it was flat, wasn't it? It's a game was crying out for a goal, wasn't it?
I don't know anybody who could leave that ground and go, I know you can say, oh, yeah, okay, it's a point. No one could leave that ground and say, that's what I've come up here for, to watch that every game.
No, it wasn't the best start. Jack, do you think tactically then, do you think Lampard needs to change things? Do you think he needs to go 2 up front maybe?
Well, I noticed one significant change already I say significant, one change that could bring our fortunes better. We noticed a lot last year that Matt Grimes quite often dropped either between the defenders or just alongside the left centre half to create a back three. Yesterday, I think that only happened once, and that only happened once when Liam Kitchen went on a run. Grimes almost replaced him in that back line. It's almost a new back three that includes the goalkeeper. Carl Rushworth spent more time out the box, I think, than in it, with his feet passing, and he was always an option. And I think that's great. The fact that you've got, because clearly Frank would like a back three of Bobby, Kitchen, and someone, and it was Grimes for a lot of that second half of the season, especially when people like Derby were coming at us, pressing us, and Grimes dropped back to be that third player to play around the back. Now we've got Rushworth that's doing that job, being the third man in that back three almost to pass sideways. Then you've got Grimes in front of that, Torp in front of that, Rudoni in front of that, and hopefully a new striker in front of that, which seems to be bridging the gap of where the midfield and the attack seemed to go last season, because Grimes dropped so deep, there was such a gap to players like Rudoni and the striker. That gap seems to have disappeared a little bit, which is a positive. But you are right, there is no real plan B, is there? We saw against St. Pauli, it almost went to a 4-4-2.
Yeah.
At least that was trying something different. Maybe that's going to be our plan B. And it just wasn't, because when Hadji came on the pitch and Asante went out wide, he was wide. He wasn't a second striker. I thought almost it would be a 4-4-2 with Rudoni going out wide left to be something different. And it just wasn't. It was the same formation with a player playing out of position, which is just not good, because he's not even brilliant up front, is he?
Yeah. Was EMC injured or?
I think. Do you know what? There are 3 times I turned to my dad and went, EMC is being lazy. He could have chased a ball to stop it going out for a throw, and I think he was beaten by a Hull player. There was one where he just he didn't get a pass, so he just troddled around offside for 30 seconds. And there was a third time as well. And I just think it's pure laziness. And if I'm honest, yes, he can create something out of nothing, and you want players like that on the pitch. But that was a statement from Frank Lampard saying, you can't stand on the far touchline and be lazy and get away with it. You're coming off. I think that was a statement of intent by Frank doing that, which
so
is a positive.
His reward then for being lazy was to get pulled off by Frank.
I'd word it slightly different than that, but, but yeah.
He did look a lot below par, didn't he, to be fair? I mean, it's not one of his better games, but he wasn't the only one out there, to be fair. There was quite a few players.
I'm not even sure it was lazy, Ken. I think we're just a bit clueless at times still. It's the same squad of players. And we do lack imagination, but it only can happen God, I sound so moany. I don't mean to be moany, but we saw it all last. I know we got to playoffs last season, but there was a lot of late goals, a lot of freak late goals, which were scored after 96 minutes or something bonkers like that. You know, we got out of jail so many times last season. You know, and in the end, we ran out of luck, didn't we? In some games towards the back end.
Yeah.
And more, obviously the playoff semi-final. But we do lack that guy who can still split a defense with the ball. You know, Grimes knocks the ball around well. He keeps possession. He's not really a defense splitter with his passing, is he? It doesn't really happen that often. We don't see enough of it. And further forward's the same. I mean, I'm hoping Torp can do that, but we can't seem to cope with the team that play 2 banks of 4 basically in front of us. We just can't deal with it, and we've had it now for 2 seasons.
Which is what they came to do, wasn't it? They came to frustrate us, didn't they?
Yeah, so you've got to be quicker. We've got to move the ball quicker. We've got to get to, like we did with Sakamoto, that shot in after 3 minutes. Get it to him quicker. Get it wide to EMC quicker. De Silva's then got to overlap. He's got to do it quick.
And that's where we miss. That's where we miss. I know we keep mentioning him. That's where we miss players like Hamer and O'Hare, because they were very quick thinking, weren't they? They got forward very quickly.
I mean, I prefer Hadji Wright down the middle, but I've got to say, when he's on the wing, he does try and get past his man all the time. He tries to get forward quickly, which is what you need.
Yeah.
We've got to quicken the pace up as a team. It's got to be quicker.
Yeah. Right. Loads of comments from the viewers. Let's see what they're saying.
This is from Jordan Williams. Evening all. Are we ever going to learn how to break down a low block? Well, there you go. No, I think Jordan's the answer to that. Ian Small, hi. Just back in France. We're way off. 3 weeks to be brutal with sales, buys and loans. This sterile slow build-up with nothing in the final third will achieve mid-table. Brian Tully says, I'll just fast forward the comments all the way down to the bottom there. Didn't mean to do that. Let's go back. There's loads of comments. I just realised.
Yeah, they've all seen them all.
Bear with me. Where are we? Brian Tully says, as I said, post-match frustrating. Want us to get a hatful against Luton and 3 points against Derby, don't we all? This is Covandy. Even all, I was on the scooter rally, so I didn't get to watch it. Were we that bad? Not bad, just placid, I think is the word. I don't know. Paul Stratton says, we were clueless. No aggression, no cutting edge, sideways and backwards passing, more worrying, toothless up front. 4-3-3 doesn't work. We get over in the midfield. Grimes that deep, he may as well play in goal. Awful. Oh, there you go. Same city, different year, says Paul Cuttyford. New players in, they're put on the bench. Old players doing the same. We now have a centre mid injured, and by all accounts, we are selling 2 of our best players. Shambolic. Let's go to Uncle Jonga. Excuse me. Evening all to all the evenings, alls. Uncle Jonga. After the first weekend, none of the teams have concerned me. It's going to be a very open league this season. Sky Blue Eyes doesn't cut it, mate. We were clueless, according to Paul Stratton. Nicholas James, evening, everyone. Love to see you all. Glad to join you all tonight.
No problem, Nicholas.
We had a long chat outside the ground. He was admiring my very bright sky blue shoes.
Yes. I bumped into a couple of people who told me you had sky blue shoes on.
Ben Green, evening all. They weren't half a hard watch, SD. Bit of a bore fest, really, to put it simply. If Doug is serious about promotion, get some players in the door. Could be worse, says Sky Blue Army. Sheffield United had a worse start. They did, but I don't.
Well, that was a shocking result, wasn't it? At home.
Yeah, I don't really care about other teams.
There you go. There's another comment about the shoes from Will. Good evening, Will.
Well, King, like your shoes, Claudia.
Thank you very much, Will. We had a nice little chat, actually. Yes. We were all frustrated. Everybody was frustrated. Where are we? Ben Green says, even all that. I've just read that one. That threw me then, that did. GLB boxing, to be fair, nothing's really changed from MR. Frank Lampard doesn't have a plan B either. Nicholas James, nice to have seen you at the game yesterday, Claudia, looking mighty dapper chapper. You know, you've been wearing a suit all day and you take it off. What a relief that is, isn't it? You can just let it all just hang out again. Yeah. Offer of Mercia. It was a frustrating start, but let's see what happens at Derby. Next week, a bit of a litmus test in a way, a repeat of last season, and things we feel a bit deja vu, but let's keep the faith. James Locke. Hi, all, new season, new hope. I feel we need a new striker like Dion Dublin. Oh,
would be nice.
Yeah, and he came from lower division.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was, I think they did Division 3 at the time, weren't they, Cambridge?
Yeah, they were, yeah.
Did anyone notice there didn't seem to be drinking bottles scattered along the side of the pitch? I didn't.
No, I never noticed that, no.
Paul Stratton. Play like that with the same formation, Derby will bully us and want it more. Oasis 418, that was a tough watch. Atmosphere was flat, performance flat, overall dull day, waited 73 days for that nonsense. Mark Brandish, thought we might be seeing a new look with you this season, Claudio. Shirt and tie every podcast. Yeah.
No, he's back to his old.
I did think when I was on last night, I thought I look like a newsreader now. Okay. should have took it off. It was so hot. But, Uncle Jonga, at times yesterday it felt like an extension of pre-season, no real urgency in the passing. I can see this frustration. I got a message from somebody saying, "Oh, I don't want to watch anymore because everyone's being negative." But it's very hard, isn't it, guys? To like,
yeah. I mean,
you can't. You got to say what you see, surely.
Yeah, and it wasn't good. But we had chances. Look, I thought we all agree. I think we were the better team, didn't we? There's no doubt about that. We were the better team. They've come to frustrate us. They've got their tactics right, and we haven't. At the end of the day, we should be better than that. We should be on it and beat teams like that who come to frustrate. Because we've seen it many times. Last year, there's loads of teams that came and played like that. Some we managed to beat, some we didn't.
I know Milan hit the post, but did we only have 2 shots on target?
There wasn't many shots on target. It was a game very lacking of clear-cut chances, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul Barlow, frustrating. I see Nat Phillips gone to West Brom for $3 million from Liverpool. He was instrumental in getting Bournemouth promoted a few years back. I can understand how these teams who are supposedly close to embargoes and not being able to buy players can all of a sudden buy players again. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, I don't know the full rules and regulations on that.
I'm baffled by it all now. Lee Beckett, left side of the pitch needs to refresh. Brown needs to start over to Silva. I thought Brown looked all right when he came on, actually.
Yeah, well, we're going to discuss the newbies in a minute. And
Rich T, hard not to be negative, but once again, no cutting edge. Hull were poor and we could not break them down. If we are happy with top half, then it was okay. If we want promotion, it was not good enough. Rounds of possibility. Man of the match for me, Tats. What do others think? I thought he had a good game.
Yeah, he looked pretty, mate. He had a couple of shots which were very unlucky, weren't he? A bit more luck, he could have scored. But at least he's shooting, he's having an attempt. He was unlucky. I thought he did okay.
Ian Court says, here it comes. Is it true Sims is on 99 Princess? We'll have to pay a lump sum to play him again. Is Sheaf made of porcelain? What's happening with Bissett sitting in the stand during the game?
Well, we're going to discuss a bit, Jack, about Sims, aren't we? His 99 appearances.
Yeah, so it's true he's on 99 appearances, and it's obviously true that he was missed off the squad. Well, he was in the squad, but missed off the pitch in both the playoff semi-final games and obviously yesterday when we needed a goal. I'm not saying Sims is the man to bring on to get a goal, but surely if you throw in everyone on the pitch to try and get a goal, at least Sims offers something different to the other 2 strikers that we did have on the pitch. I don't know if there's any truth about us owing Everton money, but it's becoming a little bit coincidental now that he was not played in both the playoff semi-final games and refused to be brought on yesterday. Now, I will say we only have 3 substitution windows. We'd used 2 of them, and then Sheaf going off for Alan was our 3rd. So unless Frank was going to bring on a 5th sub in that moment when was it the Hull player was down for a while, unless Frank was going to throw on a 5th sub, we couldn't then make a 5th sub. So it was just, oh crap, Sheaf's injured, get Alan on. No time for making a 5th sub. So maybe there was a plan for Rafael or Sims to come on. We don't know, but yeah, we've got it here. It's 46 and 43 appearances over the or 53 and 46 all competitions. Not a lot of goals, which I know 19 in the first season is brilliant. 7 is really not last season. So he's clearly fallen down the pecking order for Frank. Asante's preferred behind Hadji. And yeah, the fact that he's been stranded on 99 games now, the suspicion is there that we owe Everton money if we play him again. We don't know what the figure is, but should we cash in based on that? If we play him once more even and we have to pay $1 million, then let's say, should we just cash in on Sims for, let's say, 2.5? Otherwise, we've spent an additional $1 million. So I can see the pros and cons of not playing him, but we want to win football games at the end of the day.
Yeah, well, that's it. And of course, you've got to
would have made a difference.
Clubs that want him as well. Who's obviously it'd be probably lower league clubs, I presume, that would want him. You might get somebody in the Championship that's after Sims.
I know what yesterday proved is that Charles Hughes can defend. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, let's move on to the newbies. Let's talk about our newbies that we've got in the side already.
Let me do these few more comments.
Try and catch up with the comments first, yeah.
Well, good show last night, Claudia. Thank you. Without stating the obvious, we desperately need a striker or 2. Sims, Asante and Bassett to go centre-back like Hulls. I've got to say thank you to Jonah, who's going to be coming on most Saturdays and midweek when we can, but because of the late finishes, the midweek one's going to be hard. But we're going to keep doing it on Saturdays if I'm around, and it should be most Saturdays, to be honest. And if the lads and Vicky are away, we'll try and get them on the phone if we can, and their instant thoughts after the match. And it's only a quick half-hour show. And also, what it does do, it provides us with content for the following night, because we got your thoughts, so we use that and we can talk about them, can't we? Ken Tomo, only one negative comment from me tonight. We seem clueless on corners. You know what? Apparently, only 1%. From corners, I think it's 1% of goals scored direct from corners, i.e. someone gets on the end of one. I reckon it must be less with throw-ins.
Well, I noticed we did a lot of long throw-ins yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, but who are they going to?
Frank seems to he's obviously told him to do the long throw-in every opportunity. So, to
be honest,
but you've got to have somebody in there to make the most of it, haven't you?
Yeah, we look very shaky at the back again. A better team would have scored those Hull chances. DK has not got the funds to manage this club. We are completely reliant on selling players to bring others in. Wayne Ghost. Hi, guys. Disappointed with the result, but I thought we played well in parts. Brow looked lively when he came on. Would like to see him start on Tuesday on the wing. Grimes for captain. Mark Brandish. I would like to see a big crew given a chance. Is he still with us? Has he gone?
Yeah,
he's still here. He hasn't gone out on loan. No.
Nicholas James, Matty Grimes should be our captain for starters, not Ben. Hull were exactly what I expected them to be, which made it very disappointing not to have at least finished one of the many good positions we had and the possession we had in around their box. It was frustrating when 2 or 3 times the balls were pulled back beyond the striker running in as well. That's so annoying. It's almost like they can't even time the runs anymore. David, I just feel like this is a continuation of last season at the minute. I know we got to the playoffs and all that, but it does feel like it could have been any game last season in the first half of the season at home, basically. David Ludford, great show, guys. In my view, a striker and centre-back needed. Not sure Doug will spend. Terry Hewins, thank you, Terry. I believe Terry does our some media stuff for us.
Yes, good evening, Terry.
I feel that we just had a blinder of a game yesterday, blocking a few of the big chances. We have 2 shots miss, be fine margins, Tats and Milan. When Hadji came on, we fed the ball through the middle more than we had for the first 70 minutes. Evening, Tony. Thank you for coming on Nation Radio. It's Tony. Evening, thank you for coming along on Thursday. It's good to see you there.
Yeah, evening, Tone. He won a couple of prizes as well, so he's well happy.
Yes, he did, didn't he? Oasis 418. Grimes again playing centre back is so annoying. If there was a table for sideways and backwards passing, we would top it. Nicholas Coleman, another frustrating, again frustrating to watch. Need to be more inventive and quicker at the break. It's, I don't know. Oh, Wayne Littlewood, here we go. I wonder when he's going to turn up. Really disappointed with yesterday. Asante needs to play in football boots and not ice skates. M. King. Greetings from Canada. I hear Bissett is on his way out. A loan spell at least, if not a sale. Lampard doesn't rate him. And Sweet Dog says, but at least Asante puts a shift in and gets a good position. Sims always 5 yards behind play, and Hadji don't look like he wants to be here.
Yeah, but to say that Asante makes good runs, yeah, but then he can't hold the ball up, which is possibly one of the good things about Sims. So you need someone with Asante's pace, with Sims's hold up play, and Hadji's finishing when he's in form. Because between the three of them, we've got a good striker in there. If you pull an arm off him and a leg off him, we could make a good striker. But
Paul Garner says, love from Turkey. Yes, he's on holiday. Get your money out, Doug, central defender. And how on earth is he not buying a striker when everyone else can see the ones we have are not good enough? All right. Here we are, Gavin. Right. Hi, everyone. Asante is a great impact player, but rarely does it from the start. Sims is a very curious one. 3 games now and no minutes whatsoever. This needs discussing as to why. He has the potential to be a good striker at this level, but only in a 2, which Frank doesn't like. System needs more variety as well, as it's all too predictable. That said, we've got the first point on the board. Need a quality striker and centre-back before the window closes. That's that's nothing like the messages he was writing off for them. That's a bit more sedate, that one. Wayne Littlewood, yesterday showed how much we needed a striker, creative midfielder. I thought we looked shaky at the back. Hadji looked at the usual self, lazy. Terry Ewins again. Feels to me that Hull centre-back simply had a really good game in being in the right place at the right time, blocking multiple shots, heading towards goal. We also had 2 shots missed by fine margins. I've read this one before, haven't I? I believe.
That same one.
Glenn Watkin. Frank has a history of falling out with players. Fell out with Decore at Everton. Insight, we should have kept Matty Godden. Even Kiefer Moore got football in brain and can bring others in. Sky Blue Army says, Frank said twice now about training, not putting the effort in. This is to do with Norman Bissett.
You're not going to catch up with these comments, Claudia. There's hundreds of them.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, they're coming in quicker than you're reading them out.
All right, well,
I'll just do this one here. How many signings can you have in a squad? 25. I assume we're close to the limit. Maybe one space for the vacated Binks. Does that mean we have to offload before getting more than one new face in? What you can do, you can drop the younger players under a certain age into the under 23 squad, and that allows you to put players into your 25, basically.
Yeah, so Andrews Abikwu won't be incorporated into those numbers. Perry wouldn't be if he's included. Bissett doesn't have to be included. He's still young enough. So I think we've got about 23. It depends on the goalkeeper situation as well, because we could not include Dovin now until the January transfer window. And during the January window, you can make changes to that 25 squad. So in theory, if we know Dovin's not going to be back till at least Christmas or at least the new year, we don't have to put him in the squad. So we can name 3 goalkeepers and still have a 25-man squad. And then in January, we can bin off one of the goalkeepers and replace him with Dovin if we need to.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we move on and talk about the newbies in the team?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, newbies in the team. I'm impressed with it. I'll just give you my opinion to start with. I'm certainly impressed with the goalkeeper. I thought he was fantastic, very imposing. Got rid of the ball one of those throws nearly set up a goal, didn't it? He was fantastic. I thought he was very quick and he was on the ball for me. And I was also, I was impressed with the guy that come on as well. So, I mean, there's a few there. Claudia, who impressed you? I mean, there was goalkeeper to start with.
So I just put the fan on, better turn it off again so you can't hear me. The keeper's great. He looks big. He caught the ball. That throw was magnificent.
Oh, I thought that was a brilliant throw.
Yeah, he's solid. That's a really good sign. And we did try to sign him. We did try to pay $5 million for him. So so it makes you wonder whether or not it's somebody we want to sign anyway. So that's great. He's solid, perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, Brown came on. I quite liked him in the friendly. He's
He
very.
was okay. He came sort of left midfield. Went on left midfield, didn't he?
Yeah, and he looks like he's got a bit of a brain, and he plays quite upright. He looks fairly decent. But anybody else come on? I can't remember now.
That's it, the new signings. No. KKH didn't make an appearance, but
KKH
I excited in pre-season.
Yeah, pre-season I've been impressed with KKH. I think he's going to be a great asset for us because he's fast. He likes his ball to his feet, and he's on the ball again. I was very impressed with him during pre-season. Whether MVE eventually moves on or not, that's yet to be seen, isn't it? So, however, he was man of the match, wasn't he, yesterday? Believe it or not. I thought Sakamoto might have got it, but I think we've got a video of the man of the match here.
Thank you for your patience. Please put your hands together and give a big cheer for our player of the match, Milan van Eva. Thanks for coming up here and so quickly as well. Somebody told me that's been our best start in 5 years. But we didn't win. But we always say we can't win, then don't lose. And it was a sort of touchy little game, wasn't it?
I mean, yeah, you have a couple chances you need to finish, but they also had a couple. But it's the first game of the season, like you said, you don't lose, but you also don't win. And the gaffer told us yesterday, don't concede goals, and that's one job done. But like I said, it's the first game of the season. You have to start somewhere. So yes, it's okay.
So you need to put a little bit more polish on that right beat from that one that you bent and hit the post. What a shot that was!
Yeah, sometimes you just try to get this and it just works out. But also the last kick of the game, if you take just goes straight into the stands. So
Seriously, there is a search party out there still looking for it. But this is from the man who scored 2 goals in 500 games, so I'm not going to complain about shots. But like I say, it was important. It's very hot out there, and they didn't make it easy. They got loads of men behind the ball, so he was trying to have to move things around a bit. But it was good to see some people coming back from injury. But poor old Ben Sheaf didn't last very long on the pitch.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit unfortunate to see Sheaf play 5 minutes, but you see how he's coming back from injury as well, and he makes an impact on the game directly, and you can see the quality that he brings. But like I just said, it's the first game. You don't lose, you don't win, and it's a good start, I think, instead of losing.
And a great crowd again, and I think most of them are in here today. And they're singing that song. When we come out, do you get that feeling? When you hear them sing that enemy song.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like I'm actually in the crowd because it's so loud. But it feels really nice to come up with the fans that sing and also sing my song. And I like it when I can hype up the fans just before the game and get them going and start the game. So it's always appreciated for the people coming.
And that's it. Do you want to put your phone down and clap with 2 hands? Some lazy people here. A great atmosphere you have at the club, and it's been evident when you see the advertising you're doing for Monza and whatever. It looks like you're having so much fun.
Yeah, 100%. The team is great. Everybody has their own personality, and it just it all works out. And also the new guys that come in, it just fits directly, and everybody just brings them into the group and not take some time, but it works. I like it.
And we like you, and as you can see here, please put your hands together for our player of the match.
There you go. He was up in the lounges, obviously, yesterday talking. That's Harry Roberts he was talking to. Was he your man of the match, Jack?
Probably not. I mean, it's probably Tats for me. I wouldn't say any player was necessarily deserving of. Oh yeah, they were obviously the best. Yeah. But no one really had a bad game, I want to say. I mean, I wasn't impressed with the Sante, to be honest. And the subs that came on didn't have time to impact the game. So, of the starting 11, it could have been a couple of players, I suppose, but Tats would be my pick.
Yeah. Who would your pick be, Claudia?
Yeah, Tats for me. I quite like Tats' energy yesterday.
Yeah.
But it's a difficult one because, nobody... I mean, De Silva didn't have a bad game, you know.
No, he did okay. He did okay.
But yet again, 3 times in the second half, got caught out by the ball straight over the top. It's a nightmare, isn't it?
And I thought Torp did okay before he went off as well. He did all right.
It's like Jack says, one of those games where nothing's really happening. It's difficult to pick a man of the match. I mean, normally it's a 0-0. They just give it to the keeper, don't they, for whatever reason?
Normally, yeah.
I mean, Rudoni was busy like he normally is, but he's sporting a Tom Grennan haircut now. He's had a perm, hasn't he?
He is, yeah. He could have done better. Well, he had a great chance as well, didn't he, as well? But
it's like the 1980s. He'll have a little moustache. If you look like, like the Liverpool team of the late 70s, early 80s, when you all had the curly hair and the moustaches. It's a difficult game to pick a man of the match. And sometimes, in the end, the sponsors will pick somebody they just want to meet.
Yeah.
I've done that before.
Are you surprised he's still here?
Well, yes and no. How good is he really?
There's a lot of talk about him going.
How good is he really? Is he good enough to displace anybody in the Premier League? I don't think he is at the minute. And this is the key, isn't it, with these players? When Hamer went to Sheffield United, had they been promoted? They hadn't, they just.
Yes.
But they had nobody in their squad, did they? To play that position. But most of the teams in the Premier League are going to have very good right backs. So is he better than anybody else's right defender? Is he just going to go in as backup? And it's the same for Rudoni. They keep talking about Newcastle. Jack Rudoni's not going to displace anybody in that Newcastle starting 11.
No.
He'd be a squad player basically. So that's a choice for them. So their decision is, as a player, do I want to move? They're going to offer me 50 grand a week. I'm going. It's as simple as that. And it's nothing to do with whether or not they're going to play or not. And, it's the right move for that player, isn't it? And if we get the right money for him, thank you very much. But when they rumour 6 million, you're thinking, what? That's ridiculous.
Money talks, though, didn't it? Unfortunately.
Exactly.
And I think it's the same as any of us here. If we all got offered like double the money to move our jobs somewhere else, we'd be saying, "Well, we'll see you later," won't we? Sort of thing. Depending on that.
Oh, you would, wouldn't you? So you're going to quadruple your wages.
To do the same job.
You don't have to do anything. You're not even doing the same job. You're sat on the bench, getting 4 times your wages.
You're not even playing. Well, let's talk about lack of signings or new signings then, shall we? How many do we still need? Because that's the question. 2, 3, 4 even. How many do you think, Jack? How many do you think we need?
Two will do us. Go and get that Charlie Hughes from Hull, and if we can get a striker that's genuinely going to be an improvement on the current crop that we've got, go and get him. If you can't get a better striker, don't waste your money on trying to replace a like for like, because it's a waste. It's a waste of your time, your effort, and you probably ended up losing a little bit of money if that's the case. Yeah. I don't think we need someone in midfield urgently. It depends if we offload, and it depends how, if Sheaf, let's say Sheaf did an ACL. I know he hasn't, but if he did, then it would be, okay, we need a centre mid. But Sheaf will be back in 6 weeks. He might be back next week. We don't know.
Yeah, we've got plenty of cover in that position, haven't we?
I think we have enough cover in that position. The quality of the cover is another argument, but we have enough cover in that position at the moment.
Where would you think, Claudio, we need to strengthen? Obviously, you're going to say up front. I know you are, the striker.
Yeah, we need a Josh Sargent type striker with that kind of energy. We need a Stansfield type striker, that type of energy. I mean, if you watch Blues play the other night, I know they've got promoted, and remember when we went back to the CBS, that game, that was a high energy game. Everyone was raptured. It was like we were all on it, weren't we? The crowd, the team. It's just one of those games. It was a bit like that for Blues the other night. But that lad up front, he works so hard and he's so tenacious. He's like a young Vardy, isn't he? Basically,
yeah.
You know, these are the people. The way we play, that's the striker we need. Sargent will come deep, or get it, or run with it, or do all sorts with it. Let's get Victor Gyökeres from Arsenal. You know,
well, that's what we want. We want a young Vic, a young and hungry Vic.
Who plays that way, where you know he's going to hold the ball and give your midfield time to get up there. So we do need that striker.
It needs to be a complete striker, doesn't it? It can't just be a pace merchant. It can't be a big lump, and it can't be a false nine, so to speak. It has to be a complete striker, or it doesn't work in our system.
I mean, I've never heard of Hadji Wright.
No.
When they called him out from Turkey, we sort of went, "Oh, Hadji Wright." I think, "Oh, I don't know, never heard of him." And we've done it with other players, Victor Hamer, all these players. You know,
there's some great players out there. They just haven't been given a chance, I suppose.
You know, and defensively, whether it's Callum Doyle, whether it's Charlie Hughes, I mean, look at the old guy who went to Forest from Bournemouth. Can't remember his name now. Was it? He looks about 50. He played there for the one season, and he's gone somewhere else now. I think. Can't think of his name now. But it's, you know, we do need that dominating centre half who actually looks like he knows what he's doing,
like a younger Fads, really.
Yeah, somebody who's commanding, who controls. You know, you remember Gary Gillespie, Ken, like I do.
I do remember Gary Gillespie.
He came into the first team at 17. You know, and we can talk about old football, but he came in and replaced what was at the time our club record signing, Gary Collier. We signed him for 350,000. He played one game, and they thought, who we bought here? And we put a 17-year-old in his position instead. He played the whole season.
Went on to play for Liverpool, Scottish international, wasn't he?
Exactly. Won the European Cup and blah blah blah. Won the league. You know, so age isn't the thing. It's just getting that quality. I mean, obviously, a 17-year-old centre back is that good. It's going to cost a fortune anyway. But you know, you just need a dominating centre half who can control, which hopefully would allow Grimes to go further forward. Because at the minute, he's just sitting in front of our centre halves. It's almost like they're all getting in the way. And I think in our Thursday show, I said my fear was if Thomas is on the ball goes backwards and forwards across the back of the line. It doesn't go anywhere. And then you get, I mean, at one point, he cleared the ball against Kitchen, didn't he?
He did,
What's all that about? So, so centre half, a decent forward. It doesn't need to be a centre forward, but a forward who plays that kind of role where he's all over the place, basically.
Yeah, I mean, you always, at the moment, I've always got thoughts of Thomas and Kitchen have always got mistakes in them, haven't they? Either of them. Whether it be Thomas with his passing or Kitchen with
the one that was offside yesterday, which is only just offside, where Rushworth saved it with his face. That's a classic example where we got turned over.
Yeah,
they're both facing our own goal. Nobody's actually read the situation there.
No, that was a fantastic save because the keeper didn't know he was offside, did he? At the time,
we've had linesmen who don't give it, that completely miss it. You know, there's no VAR. No VAR, is it?
No. What do you think of the referee yesterday, talking about VAR and stuff?
It was fine. I mean, he's just probably mad.
A bit of a first pot in the end. I mean, he let a lot go, didn't he? And then he started booking players for sort of nothing, really. For dissent.
It annoys me that they book for dissent and don't book for stupid fouls.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
I think the point I always make about a referee is, did it cost us a game? Did it cost us points? Did it cost us decisions? And it didn't really. No. I know people will talk about the potential penalty shout. And had Asante have been stood up and sprinting at the time, I think that's a clear as day penalty. But it's the fact that he was halfway down. I don't know whether he tripped over himself or took a dive. He was halfway on the floor before he got kicked. So to me, you cannot give a penalty for someone who's halfway down, whether it's a dive or whether it's tripping, whatever has occurred. You can't give a penalty for that. So whatever you think about the referee, he didn't cost us points. So it can't have been that bad.
I suppose there could have been a red card with the incident right at the end with the when the goalkeeper got round the throat, didn't he?
Yeah, but equally, Rushworth came and smacked him, sort of roundhoused him, smacked him back. So that could have been both of them off.
Could have been 2 reds, yeah.
Yeah, so the fact that neither of them got sent off was equal. McBurney definitely should have gone by and ran up and sort of throttled him. Yeah. But it's nice to see that we've got another player that doesn't mind getting involved in a scrap.
But listening to Oggy on CWR, he was beside himself for that incident. That was disgraceful. And I think, what are you on about? You've come from old style football. That's just what used to happen. I just thought, and you're a keeper. You're telling me you would have done something similar? Yeah,
I mean, obviously it was a bad challenge. I thought he went in a bit late on the keeper. And obviously the keeper's he's reacted, hasn't he?
He went in to put one on him. That's what you do as a centre forward.
Yeah, and luckily the players held him back.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was what it was, and that was it. Comments then? Shall we get a few more comments before we move on?
I'll start a few. I'll have Jamie Vardy says mostly love and music, or Callum Wilson, no question. Age is irrelevant, and I'm sure we could cope with the wage demands if we were willing to apply their winning mindset to us. Gavin Collins says Rushworth, fantastic addition to the team, called his teammates out in the friendly, commands his box, vocal in defence. Lee Lishman, we should have overhauled our 4 strikers after the last kick against Sunderland in the playoffs. We've left it too late now. Maybe swap one, get one. And to be fair, we could have changed all 4 in the summer. Glenn says, our style of play is boring, predictable, and also robotic. It's like they are told to follow the game plan and not stray from it. No individuality or creative spark shown by players, dull as dishwater. Now, last season, Glenn was very pro the way the team were playing. So that's a big turnaround. So Glenn's not happy. So it just shows, doesn't it? Ray Carillon has spot on about it being a Robins team, Claudio, which it is. And I think they fall into that trap as well at times when they're playing. It feels that way anyway. Mad Frankie, let's be honest. We're all disappointed we haven't improved the squad, and it showed yesterday. As for KKH, what is the point in that? We need 4 players minimum. The next 3 weeks, Lampard can't be happy, or he's getting the concrete shoes. I'll put that bit in there.
Can I just interject? Sorry. I've just read that Louis Binks has scored today for Bromby, and it's following a set piece.
Oh, fantastic! There you go.
That's going to be all over the Facebook pages, isn't it?
It was. I've just seen a clip of it. It's a big cross come in, headed back across the far post, and he's stuck a boot out and poked it past the keeper. So great, well done, Louis.
Yeah, a bit like he did at Luton. Adam Toms, EMC got past their fullback a few times, even if he was lazy. Like everyone else, though, he couldn't find anyone in the box or got himself trapped in the corner, terrified to lose the ball. Gavin Collins, Grimes, his usual classy self. How I'd love a couple more like him over the pitch. Wayne Littlewood. Going to be a long season, chaps, if we don't get serious reinforcements. We have no player to split defence or a striker that can score on a regular basis. Glenn from Sky Blue Hub says we've got 5 subs, didn't use them. It was samey subs again. Throw Raphael on for Tats or KKH on. Cliche man. This squad should know each other inside out by now. No need to have time to gel, but maybe it's a case of over-familiarity. I think even the players need the excitement of a marquee signing. Yeah, this is what we're trying to allude to, wasn't it, really? Casey Palmer looked good for Hull, according to Most Love and Music, apart from that shot. I wish we had him as our own substitute, someone creative and unpredictable. We are too predictable, and we still delay with taking throw-ins and passing forward.
Yeah, I just talk about Casey Palmer. I was chatting to a couple of Hull fans outside the ground, and they're very, very similar to what we thought of Casey Palmer, a 45-minute player, not a 90-minute player. Bags of ability, can change a game, but he doesn't do enough to warrant a starting place.
Maybe that's
actually,
45 then.
Sorry, Jack. How do you actually get a career as a footballer that you can't last? You can only play for 45. It's a joke, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, they're very similar. I said, well,
Is
we
it?
know all about that because he was exactly the same for us, wasn't he?
Well, we used to
You
say
know.
60 minutes is going off, didn't we?
Yeah.
Mick Davenport, why are players knackered after 60? Why are players knackered after 60 minutes? EMC told a fan he came off because he was knackered. Asante was knackered. They're all knackered. Surely they should be match fit by now.
Well, you'd have thought so. They've had a pre-season.
And I'll tell you what it is. It's when I've got a comment at the bottom and it says view more comments and I hit it and it goes right down to the bottom, doesn't it? I see what you mean about the comments. Blimey.
Yeah, you're reading comments from about half an hour ago at the moment.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to go here.
Well, just do your best. Catch up.
Sheaf breaking down again makes me question his warm-up and actual fitness overall. I don't think he's recovered from this time last year, to be honest. Alison Berry couldn't see the other goal that well. What happened in that bust-up? Oh, he just got clobbered by the player, and that was it, Alison. It was something and nothing. Handbags, basically. M. King, I think, honestly, Sheaf has switched off, judging by his bodily language, and that was before the injury. Nicholas James says, Tats was absolutely brilliant yesterday. Back to his confident best, has been since last season. There are plenty of positives. Yes, we still need 2 or 3 quality additions, but keep our best players currently as well, and we are set. Keep the faith in Frank and the boys. It just depends if we can afford to. That's the trouble. Mark R. I felt that starting BTA was about adding pace and movement through the middle, especially with Torp starting. Not that it happened. Ice Chips says Sims would get in the Sheffield United team. Sims has had enough chances to prove himself. Time for him to leave, says Realms of Possibility.
Yeah. Good job, Vicky's not here.
Someone will take a gamble on Sims for a reduced price, says Mark Lights. Mick Davenport. Sheaf needs to go. I think Sims has played his last game due to reaching 99 appearances and Doug not wanted to spend more money on him. I'd love to know if this is actually true. I know for a fact it's happened before with other players, not at the club, but elsewhere, where they get to certain... a story once, one of our ex-captains told me where he played at a club where he was playing centre-half because their centre-half had reached so many games and they weren't going to play him again because they had to... There's either he could get a new contract or he could leave or something. So he just pretended he was injured for the last 5 games of the season. And I think they were going for promotion or trying to stay up. It was something like that. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But the club couldn't afford to do it.
Yeah, well.
I think Brow is going to be really top and important player for us. He seems quite versatile from a positional point of view. Jordan Williams. Thoughts are on needing a number 10 to unlock the low block and drop Rudoni next to Grimes to start attacks a bit deeper. It'd be great if I could sing out Jordan Williams messages in the style of Jordan Williams, wouldn't it, Ken? That'd be
that'd be brilliant. That'd be absolutely brilliant.
It would, wouldn't it? Stephen, Hull are a poor team. Derby a step up. If you lose to them, then with this team, we finish mid-table.
Yeah, I mean, we went to Derby. Remember Derby last year? I mean, we were all there, weren't we? It was very, very poor.
That was another classic case of Claudio was on the bus.
It was awful, and we all expected a lot better, didn't we? We were going there full of hope, and then we just got let down on the day. We didn't deserve anything the way we played.
I find it incredible that we got to the playoff semi-finals, and I must have seen some of the worst away performances I've seen in years last season. Yeah. It's bizarre, isn't it, really, this division?
Yeah.
Brett Keegan, Thursday looked good. Hopefully I'll make the next one. Don't panic. It's the first game of the season. Don't get why we won't play Sims balls into the box, etc. I was crying out for him to come on.
Well, I think a few people were, to be honest. I didn't think the day would all be crying for Sims to come on, but we were.
Mick Davenport says, play Kai Andrews and Callum Perry against Luton. If Frank doesn't play Bassett, that's the sign he's going. Glenn, Sky Blue Hub. It was a penalty on BTA first half. If you watch the incident back on ITV's EFL highlights show, I've yet to watch, actually. Day Sports Photos. We've got to set our sights higher than he puts a shift in. Yeah. Paul Stratton, watch our strikers in training. They never miss. Pressure in game, they never hit the target unless we make changes. Going to be long, hard, average season. Finn says, evening chaps, we are fine till we need to score. The current crop are not the answer. We need a big statement signing, and it's not out of order to point the obvious out. At least we didn't do as Sheffield United. David Parfy, we played exactly like we did last year. No plan B to do anything different. Mark R, it's the same pattern. All these comments. Can I be the first to say we've had a shocking start to the season? We are only 1 point above the relegation zone at this point of the season.
At least someone's put something cheery in.
We need a sergeant-type player as soon as possible, or we won't be progressing. There's teams around who caught us up, transfers and worked us out too. Sim stats, 1 layoff every 70 minutes. There's only so much, isn't there, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wayne goes, Rushworth solid, Brow look full of energy. I'm confident we beat Derby on Saturday. Fair play. Ice Chips, did we really need 2 left backs at that time of the game? Good point. All right, so he's been banned. Right. Rushworth is a breath of fresh air. Brow is keen, always looking to make runs. KKH looks good, but the way he went down after the ball hit his foot against St. Pauli is a bit worrying.
Can I just say as well, we might be 1 point above the relegation zone after this poor start, but we've also had a great start because we're only 2 points off the playoffs.
There you go. And Paul Stratton says, we don't score because our strikers are poor. But more importantly, we don't get bodies forward quick enough. And yesterday, our movement was non-existent. It's such a difficult one, isn't it, when we say they're poor? Because Haji Wright is
I don't think it's
an enigma.
Yeah,
He's an enigma because he scored those goals in the first season. And last year, he got a good ratio for the amount of games he played in. So he can score goals. It's the bit in between the scoring of the goals is the problem. I know it sounds daft to think, well, at least he's scoring goals. But there's times when he gets the ball, he runs with it. There's clearly a player he should just give it to who probably will score, and he doesn't pass it. He just always holds on to it and loses it, runs off the pitch. So he's such a frustrating player.
Yeah.
And I don't think we can carry that anymore.
Well, we can't. We've got to start scoring. Simple as that. You know, that's what his job is, to score goals. He's not doing it enough, is he?
No. Aaron Thomas, when I was in the starting 11, it just felt a bit of a stale side. I think 3 need to go. Just as many in the lack of ideas in the final third. Very disappointing. Right. I think I'll stop there for now.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's just... well, I'm just going to show you this picture because this was all of us. We had a fantastic night on Thursday night at the Stag and Hen, where we had a live event. Paul, the landlord, was very, very good to us. He all had free chip batches. All the crowd, not just us. Everybody was there, and a great turnout. It was a great show, and we are hoping to do a few more over the season. But yeah, we all enjoyed ourselves, and it was a fantastic show. And thanks very much, Paul, for hosting us. It was great.
Yeah, it looks like sort of a very bad rehash of Backstreet Boys, isn't it?
I was going to say that looks like a cracking five-a-side lineup.
Oh, true.
Yeah. Who would be the goalkeeper?
You can, obviously.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, so that was Thursday night. It was a great night. We all enjoyed ourselves, didn't we?
Yeah, it's great. Great, and we're going to do some more good interaction. Actually, it was good, very good, and we're all positive. Everybody in that room was saying "win, win, 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 win," weren't we? We're all positive.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, all downhill since then.
Yeah.
And Friday, this came out, the new kit. Now, we've seen plenty of new stewards in the ground on Saturday. We thought were stewards, but they were actually COF fans with a new kit on. From where I was looking across, I've seen these blotches of orange. I thought, God, there's a lot of stewards here today. But of course, it was loads of people who bought the the new top, which I'd say does look a lot better in person when I've seen people close up with it than I do on the photo. Are you a liker of it, Claudio?
It does look better in the club shop, but it depends who takes the photograph, because some people take the photograph and it looks so bright, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's bright, but not as bright as some of the photos.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's
Do you like it, Jack?
No,
You're not going to buy it then?
no,
No.
not for me.
Oh, okay. Oh,
No.
yeah. You have to wait for the third one to come out then. Third kit,
That's fine. I like a third kit.
which could, well, God knows what, it could be anything, couldn't it? We don't know. And also tell us about the history podcast with Jim Brown, the latest one, Claudio, before we.
Oh yeah, episode 41 with the great Tommy Hutchison. Really good hour spent chatting with him. Just a couple of little stories and about his career at the City, and he's a legend, isn't he?
Yeah, he's fantastic. Probably one of the best players.
For people who can remember seeing him play, he's in virtually all their top 11, aren't they?
Yeah.
City starting lineups. No, he's really good, and he's very much clued up. His old.
You got to remember, he played in that very famous 1981 FA Cup final, didn't he, with Dave Bennett?
He scored both ends, didn't he?
Scored at both ends. Yeah, that's when they had the days of replays, FA Cup final replays.
Yeah, so he did. He scored at both ends of the ground. One being an own goal, of course.
Yeah, fantastic player. He really was. Here's another fantastic player from the past, David Speedie. Of course, we've got a night with David Speedie that we're hosting in September. Tickets available, £10. You can contact the Walsgrave Workingmen's Club on their website, or give us a message here at Scarby Fans TV, and we can put you in touch with or get you a ticket, no problem. £10 is the cost, and the tickets are going really well. That's going to be a really good night. I'm sure he'll have plenty of stories to talk about. David Speedie was another really, really fantastic, fiery character, weren't he, Claudio Speedie?
Oh, yeah. Well, I was a competitor. How we'd wish for David Speedie up front now.
Oh, that's the type of player we want. Yeah.
End of.
Yeah, exactly. That's the type of player we want. And got Tom Grennan visiting the Coventry Building Society Arena on the 29th.
I'll have Tom Grennan up front.
He's not a bad footballer, actually.
Is it Tom Grennan or is it Jack Rudoni? Look at the hair.
Friday the 29th of August at the CBS. Doors open 6:30. It's like an exclusive fan event, if you like. It is a gig, but it's an exclusive one for all his fans here in Coventry and surrounding areas. So get your tickets there. If there's some tickets left, I'm sure there might not be many left. But anyway, it opens at 6:30, the doors. So that should be a good day. And also the Sky Blue sign that was won by Sharon Davis in the auction. There it is.
I've got a piece on this. I'll read it out.
I'm going to read it out. It's a fantastic sign. There it is, and it's in you can tell us all about it then, Claudia. Go on.
Yeah, hi. In case you want a bit of history about our bar, it was opened in 2019 and named the Squirrel, opened by past resident and City legend Lol Harvey and Kirk Stevens. Brandon House is a care home for people with dementia. The bar creates a sense of normality for the residents. For the ones who have poor memory, can still sing and know the words of the Sky Blue song, which we sing most days. Talking about the club's history and remembering the old days, so valuable to them. The new sign is a great new addition and keeps it looking amazing. Because they've also got the Sky Blue song that you hear at the ground, the walkout music that we provide.
Yes, that's fantastic. Yeah,
they've got it on a push button and they play it all the time, which is brilliant, isn't it?
That's brilliant. Yeah, you can just walk up and press it. Yeah, that's brilliant. So there it is. Yeah, so it's in Brandon House. So it's made of good use and it looks fantastic on the wall there. It's really good. So also just your coach travel. If you're going to Derby next Saturday, it's an early kickoff. Remember, coach travel from Big Travel. Go on their website. They've got tickets available. ccfctravel.co.uk. I'm sure they'll sort you out with a coach seat. It's not very far to get.
Cheapest travel around as well.
Cheapest travel in Coventry, yeah, because a lot of them have gone up this year. But I think they're very competitive with the prices, Big Travel. So go get your bookings for the away trip. They provide coaches for every away game, Coventry City away game. So go on the website and they'll give you all the details there, prices, etc., etc. Okay, next game is Luton Town, isn't it? On Tuesday night. What sort of team do we play then, Cloudy? He's going to make a lot of raft changes, or does he need to get minutes into players that are not quite fit, like Hadji Wright and Efren Clark? Maybe need a few more minutes under them. What does he do? Or does he change it and bring a load of Kai Andrews in and KKH?
I'm trying to think what he did for the FA Cup, Frank.
He didn't make too many. He made a couple, didn't he? Not too many.
Can you remember, Jack, what he did for the FA Cup?
I'm just looking.
I think he made a couple, but in general, it was quite a strong team he put.
It was a very strong team.
Yeah.
Dovin, Banavac, Thomas, Binks, Kitchen, De Silva, back five. Torp, Alan Rudoni, Asante, Sims. That's about as strong as we could have put on. Yeah. And the subs were Bidwell, Bassett, Eccles, Sakamoto, Raphael. It's about as strong as you could do.
Yeah, so that could have been, I know Binks isn't around, but that team could have played Saturday, couldn't they? Pretty much.
Yes.
So I don't think, because I think the question was put to him, I think they want to win games. Our owner wants to win games.
Yeah.
And we can't afford a defeat at home, Ken.
No. I mean, if we do lose on Tuesday, then the pressure's starting to mount a little bit, isn't it? So that's 2 games without a win, and you don't want to put too much pressure on. I think he's going to name quite a strong team, to be honest.
Well, I put it to you guys, the performance on Saturday, if that was Mark Robins still in charge, it would have been meltdown on social media.
Yeah.
I think that Frank gets a bit of leeway still, doesn't he? Because we've got the playoffs.
Yeah, without a doubt. Frank Lampard, the name Frank Lampard gets leeway.
Because of the turnaround of what happened last season. But
if
we don't win on Tuesday, I know people go, "Oh, it's only the Carabao Cup, who cares?" No, it's another defeat. We don't want to lose at home to Luton Town, who were relegated.
Especially to Luton. We owe them one. If any clubs we owe them one.
So I'm hoping Luton won't be bothered, to be honest, and put out a weakened team. We just win the game, and then the next round get a really nice tie at home or something.
Yeah, and then you can build up a little bit of confidence, get a nice cup run going, and that's how we got to the semi-final really against Man United, didn't we? We put decent teams out at the time. We put quite strong teams out, and we got to a semi-final. So it's possible to get to a final, especially the League Cup, because a lot of the big clubs don't put a lot of the kids out, don't they? And you got a good chance of beating them. So I'd like to think he'd put a strong team out myself.
If Sims doesn't start, then we have to start questioning things.
Yeah. What's your thoughts, Jack? Do you think would you put a strong team out, or would you make a load of changes?
Personally, I'd make a load of changes. I'd be playing Wilson, KKH, Perry, probably Bidwell at left back. Allen and I would have said Sheaf, but obviously Sheaf's injured, so Allen and a central midfielder. I'd be playing Andrews in the 10, Raphael and Brow on the wings, and I'd be playing one of the other strikers up front. And if it has to be Hadji for 45 minutes, then so be it. I'd be making a lot of changes personally.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, so basically all the ones that didn't play on Saturday, you'd give the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So you're not too bothered about this cup competition?
I mean, I'm not putting out a team to say, "Oh yeah, go on, lose, boys." But we want to win every game. You don't put out a team to want to lose. That's not what happens. You put out a rotated team to, give other players minutes, get their fitness in. Like if Efron's apparently knackered after playing 60 minutes in a league game, he doesn't want to play a cup game against Luton, does he? He doesn't care about that. If that's true, that is.
Well,
so I'd be heavily rotating the squad, getting players, especially like Brow and KKH and Andrews, minutes. Maybe you could start with a big club up front. If Bassett's out of fancy and Sims has got this £1 million thing. Yeah. So I don't think he will. I think Frank will go fairly strong. I think you'll see 3 or 4, 5 changes at most. But this is just me.
Well, it'll be interesting, as you say, whether Sims plays. He's got to play, really. He's got to play, really. Otherwise, people will be questioning, has he got a future? Because that's the ideal chance for him to show what he can do, isn't it? Against Luton. he's got to really start scoring goals, because that's what we want him for. So give us a prediction then, Claudia, for Tuesday night. What do you think?
Hold on, just turn the fan off again. Sorry.
There are these posh people got fans. We haven't got fans.
It's like the Bahamas in this room. Prediction. Right. I think we're going out.
Do you?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think we won't be able to cope with Luton's physicality.
Okay.
And in recent seasons, it's proved that way, hasn't it? Really, we've struggled. I know we come back after we were 2 goals down against them last year, and we had to come back, didn't we?
That's right. We were.
3-2. I'm trying to think. What do we do? What do you do away from home? I can't remember now.
We lost it. That was Colin's mistake. Remember the?
Oh yeah, Binks and that. Yeah,
Yeah.
right at the back end of the season when we needed points, and so did they.
Yeah.
And they fought harder and got them.
Yes.
We're not having a great run, because if we only won 4 in the last 10 towards the back end of the season, our form isn't that great at the minute.
No.
If you take on the back of last season as well.
No.
And I can see us getting turned over.
Well, okay. So what you going?
If you play a weekend, what is a weakened team at the minute? I don't know, because
well, you change the goalkeeper. I suppose you give Ben Wilson a shot in goal.
Well, yeah. I mean, you have to really, I suppose. Because maybe it'll be interesting, because maybe Brighton won't want
Luton,
Rushworth to play in goal.
Oh, Brighton. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
So he's not cup side.
Possibly. Yeah.
There could be that as well.
But that's not an issue.
No, we are rubbish against teams who are lower than us normally
in the cup
historically,
definitely.
And we've not been turned. We haven't been turned over in recent years. Probably not. So we're due one, aren't we?
We are, but I just feel we owe Luton, of all teams. We've got to beat them and knock them out. Because we owe. They've beaten important games over the last few years, and we just owe them a result. What's your prediction then, Jack? What do you think? A win?
No, I'm similar to Claudio. Luton are a week ahead of us. Their season started a week earlier, so they've played 2. They've won 2. So they in theory have got an extra foot forward in this season than we do. So I think if they turn up and try and get a result and put a team out to try and get a result, I think they'll nick it 1-0. I don't see it being them dominating us. It will probably be a bit similar in the fact that we'll have most of the ball, we'll control it, they'll nick it and counter and get a goal, and we won't be able to break down 10 men behind the ball, especially with a few rotated players. So, I'm still going. I still want us to win. I'll still go and cheer on the lads. But it's one of them that, is it the end of the world if we lose? Depends what starting 11 we put out. Am I that bothered? Not really, but obviously we want to win. But I do think we'll lose 1-0.
Oh, okay. I think we'll win. I really do.
Can I just say, you said 4-2 win against Hull, by the way.
Yeah, I've got
Goal fest.
That was whatsoever.
As far from a goal fest as I've ever seen.
Well, I don't think anybody predicted 0-0, did they?
Not out of us lot.
No, I think we'll win. I think we'll win by the odd goal. I think I'm going for a 2-1 win. I think we'd be slightly better on them on the night, I think.
In fairness, I did predict Hull 0.
That's why you've got a point in our system, Claudio.
Just remind everybody of the bit. These are me, aren't they? Anybody want to change them after one game?
We can't change them now. There's photo evidence out there into the world.
No.
I'm sticking by mine. Thank you.
I said we'd limp into the playoffs, didn't I? So that could still happen. So.
Yeah.
I think Miles is happiest at the moment that we're not actually in the playoffs. No, I'm not. Obviously, he's not happy that we're not, but as per his predictions.
Ipswich didn't have a great start, did they? They only got a point like us. So,
yeah.
You never know. So there's a long way to go, of course. But yeah, I think we'll win 2-1. I just got a funny feeling we'll win 2-1. Now, Claudio, tell us what it was like up in the box. Because Claudio spent a match day in the the boardroom.
I'm beyond the box now.
Others have been in the boardroom. Tell us what it's like up there. And what sort of people go in there?
Him.
Apart from Doug.
People like me.
So you can't be saying prawnio sandwichio anymore. It's now lobster tail on a steak.
Yeah. You're very smart, by the way. You look very smart. You had sky blue shoes on, and you had your suits and booted. Who did you meet in there?
We got club sponsors, and obviously people are obviously well-to-do, aren't they? They've got the cash to be in the boardroom. The opposition owners were in there, Hull's owners.
Yeah.
Obviously Doug and his family were in there. But you get treated really nicely. It was really, really nice in there. It's surreal because I've never ever done it before. So to get invited in there was amazing. So, and to have him talk to me and just mention the channel and that, so that was quite nice.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
What sort of food was on offer at half time?
Yeah, there's plenty of food. You know, lots of pastries and fruit and nice, good old full English and pies and
Bit better than we had to get the queuing up for us.
I've never been to a game before. You walk in, you get offered a glass of champagne as you walk in. I thought I'll have some of that.
Wow.
So that was quite nice.
So plenty of bacon butties, plenty of sausage sandwiches.
Yeah. And Doug came around and chatted to everybody. It was good. It was good, actually. Just asked us our thoughts and that.
Was the new CEO in there? Was he in there as well, that new guy? Whatever his name is. He come from Forest, didn't he?
Paul Tyrrell.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Dr. Claire, she was there.
Oh, Doctor was there, was she?
Yeah, she was there. And Norman Bassett was in the room as well.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting.
He was in the room. And I mean, there weren't that many people in there, to be honest.
No.
But it was a good atmosphere. Very nice.
So you come out then, you come out and sit in the soft seats then, I take it.
Yes.
And go back in.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what was funny, because I didn't know which seat I was in. So I came out and sat down. I got a tap on the shoulder. I got a tap on the shoulder. It was Doug.
You're saying Doug's seat.
I sat in his seat.
He told you to move it.
Don't you know who I am, Doug? No, I sat in his seat by accident. I'm real sorry, Doug. I was kind of like,
has he not got his name on his seat?
He was fine.
I thought he'd have his name on the back of his seat.
No, I didn't notice. But I lost where everybody was when I walked out. I thought, because when you're not used to that area of the ground, I'm thinking, where am I meant to be sitting?
Yeah.
You know, so it was good fun. It's interesting. And they're all, before people start saying, oh, the posh seats, what they know about football, they're all, I know a lot of people in there in terms of they've been at the ground for years. They are all big Coventry fans. You know, when you got sponsors who have been sponsoring the club for years in there, and these sort of people, they are actually big fans of the club. So it's not like just random people, you know what I mean? They're and they spend a lot of money. It's a cost a fortune to go in there.
Yeah.
You know.
So you didn't chat to Bazette when you were in there, did you, Norman?
No, I left him alone. He was doing his own thing. Basically, watched the game, sat along the road from us.
Yeah.
No, I think at times like that you don't, do you? It's not that. It's not the place for it.
No, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
It's a bit like Doug. Doug asked me how I was, and we had a polite conversation, and that's it really. Let's chat about the team a little bit. You know, he's not going to go, hey, by the way, Claudio, tell your viewers we're going to sign so and so. That ain't going to happen, is it?
No. No, they're all very tight-lipped up there. They do.
Yeah, and it's not the first time I met him, because Jack knows we go to the meetings and that. So
yeah. So he knows your face. Yeah, he knows your face. Well, so it was an experience, and we haven't had the experience to do that yet. So maybe one day we will. But that's a nice insight of Claudio in the boardroom. So there you go. I've got
to say though, it is strange because you go to a game. I'm so used for years and years and years to go in the crowd of everybody, and I've done the boxes before, even when we're at St Andrews.
Yeah,
but that's like it's different. It is different again to when you go to the box.
Yeah,
it is, but it's not. It was great, absolutely fantastic.
I like this comment from Mick. We spent all transfer budget on Claudio's champagne.
Had a nice bit of Sancerre as well. That was nice.
Yeah, there's a load of comments. Look, can't buy any players, but we can fund Claudio in the boardroom.
Well,
Mick Davenport.
that's quite funny, that.
Do you want to catch up on a few more comments?
Yeah, I've got
before we
some
wrap it up?
good ones here. Paul Barlow, surely Frank has some contacts at Chelsea. We've all said this, but it hasn't happened, has it, to get some loans in like he did. Was it Derby? Don't think Doug will splash the cash. It's so hard because the Premier League clubs are the ones that are key in all this, because until they've finished their business, a lot of clubs can't do much with loans and stuff. Ralph Wiggins, I still think we will make a mistake by getting rid of Sims, give him some service. Wayne Ghost, did we not all see this coming? We didn't exactly set the world alight during pre-season. Give the lads a chance, 10 games. Man Frankie says, Lampard won't hang around if Doug Bling won't splash the cash. I mean, we're all expecting that was he got some guarantee. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he was told way back, we haven't got loads of money. Are you capable of coaching this lot? It's and we have to say we did get in the top 5, didn't we? So it's it's the track record's there. Pagagon, I wish I'd known who this is then. Thursday night was great. Thanks. Enjoyed the chip batch.
Yeah. Thank you, Paragon, whoever you are.
Nicholas James, love our new away kit. Looks even better in person. I would have liked it with black shorts,
Did you buy it, by the way, Claudia?
It's on order.
Oh, it's on order. Okay.
Yeah, it's on order. I got Luca the keeper shirt yesterday.
Purple one.
That does look nice, actually.
It does, yeah.
Too many fans too attached to players and not seeing the bigger picture. Losses don't care about your feelings. Yeah, Finn, I was thinking about this the other day about how it's almost like the fans do get really attached to some players, and it's almost like they're not bothered about the result. They just like certain players, and you can't say anything bad if they play badly, or you want them to leave because they're just really nice and they sign your shirt or something. Gavin Collins, right, has no football awareness, said it many times before. That's why he struggles to play up front on his own and looks better off on the left. Can't remember him ever bringing others into the play. Doesn't have the work rate needed for that position. He's not happy, is he?
No.
Ian Courts. Love the third kit to be brown. Be interesting.
Well, that would be interesting, considering there's brown scarves appearing in the shop.
Wayne Go says, away keeper's shirt is very nice. I'll be picking that up. Thank you, please. On a brighter note, Finn says, great sponsor on Sat for our fans yet again. Great support on Saturday for our fans yet again.
Yeah, 29,000, nearly 30,000. It's brilliant, isn't it? It's brilliant.
Did yes, Nicholas James, you never see Tom Grennan and Jack Rudoni in the same room together. I told you.
Well, I can say we had Tom Grennan, or I had Tom Grennan stood next to me at Luton away last year, and Rudoni was on the pitch, so I can quash that rumour, unfortunately.
Are you sure?
Sorry.
Are you sure it wasn't Jack Rudoni next year?
Yeah, it could have been.
The way Jack Rudoni played that day, it could have been Tom Grennan on the pitch. Tell me we're punchless and clueless by the very subdued crowd in second half. Never seen so many leaving before the end. Ice Chips, 4 wins in the last 12. Wayne goes, spot on. Claudio, we must win on Tuesday. It will reflect confidence and going forward. I mean, no team that goes out will want to lose, will they?
No, I just think we've got to win and get the first win under our belts and move on.
Mostly love music. The club needs to hire a sports psychologist to dig into Sims. We've got Dr. Clare, haven't we? Figure out whether he still has the motivation to be a professional sportsman or not, or whether there is some other issue. Nicholas James, I think we'll play a fairly strong team, but Frank will make some makeable changes. To be fair, I think Kai Andrews is a brilliant young player. No, I don't think you're right, Claudio. We need to be winning at home. Winning breeds more winning. I think even if we made a change, we still beat Luton. Yeah, that's right. We've got to just keep winning. I don't want to lose at home.
Nick's very positive, isn't he? He's always very optimistic, which is great. You know, it's what we need. We need optimism, and we want to be able to have optimism because we don't want to sit here and complain and say, "Oh, we're going to lose. We're going to lose." We don't want to do it. It's just what we think is going to happen based on recent performances. Like we said, it was 4 wins in the last 10 in the regular season. We then didn't beat Sunderland over 2 legs in either leg. Well, I know we won in 90 minutes, but it was a draw after 120 minutes. And then we drew yesterday. So that's 4 wins in 13 now.
Yeah.
Getting worse. After we had, was it 9 wins in 11, I think it was, in that February, March time?
Well, I said it. We were 5th with 10 games to go, and we crept into the playoffs in the end. You know, we should have walked it. We should have been comfortable. And after we got our act together, we'd have caught Sunderland. We're only 7 points behind them in the end.
Yeah.
You know, Dave Unwin, evening guys, travelled from Kent for that yesterday. Hull offered very little, but we looked toothless up front, and all our threat came from further back. BTA still looked ineffective, Hadji unfit. Paul Stratton, Jack, social media saying Rudy and EMC are carrying injuries already as per Frank. His squad's already short on numbers. Trouble,
well, yeah, I don't understand why he don't come out and say that they're injured or carrying knocks. He should say that, shouldn't he? Then we know then.
Yeah, that's a good point. He's gone to Luton, hasn't he? Sky Blue Terrace. Jerry Yates is due another goal against us.
Yeah, there you go. That'll be the one that we concede.
Yeah. Sky Blue Terrace. Claudia, what's the surf and turf like in the box then?
I think it's a bit better than surf and turf, wasn't it?
Mick Davenport. How the hell does Claudia get in these places?
He's got friends in high places, see.
If we told you that, we'd have to kill you.
Yeah.
I like this. Claudia, did you get an autograph and picture? Oh, no, not allowed unless it's Frank Lampard. No, I was asked for an autograph, but I wouldn't give it.
Well, yeah.
Now Claudia's Doug's best mate. Maybe we should have a song for him as well, says Mick Davenport. Wayne goes, read a couple more here. Cameron, I said a while back about signing the lad Adorante from Juve Stabia. Blimey. He was then snapped up by Venezia. Looked perfect for us. Blimey, you've been digging deep there to pick that one out.
It's too much Football Manager, that is.
Yeah, realms of possibility. Could the win-loss ratio have anything to do with the transition of training methods from Robbins to Lampard? And some M. King says go for Kone at Wickham.
He's not proven. He won't be an improvement, unfortunately. If you could, do a swap deal for Bassett, let's say, and offload one of the other two, not Hadji, then it's good. It's good for the squad, possibly, to gamble on a young player that's very good at League One level. But it's not the answer we're looking for. Hadji is our best striker at the club, and if we all want better, we can't go for someone who's been all right in League One. Hadji's proven at this level. 2 years ago, we got 18 goals all competitions, and last year he got one of the best minutes to goal ratio in the Championship. So he's clearly our best striker. We can't say, "Oh, Hadji's no good. Let's go for a League One striker." That's not how this works. We will not get better as a club unless we get someone better than Hadji Wright, i.e., a Josh Sargent type striker.
Yeah, I've always said that. If you're going to buy somebody, it's got to be better than what we've got.
But like I say, if someone said, "Oh, I'll give you 4 million for Sims," and someone went, "Oh, I'll give you 1 million for Bassett," and they're both left, we went, right, we're a little bit light in the striker department. Oh, Kone's available from Wickham. He looks like a good prospect. You bring him in. That's a good bit of business, but not to be better than Hadji. That would be a miracle. It would, the stats don't back that up, that he's going to be the best striker in the league.
No.
Yeah, it's difficult to know where to go now because we've got the 4 lads, and he has a dilemma because none of them are really shining, are they? But you're right with Hadji Wright. He has got those stats where he hardly played last season, still scored a stack of goals, and he can finish when he's on his game. And when I watched back that game, like I said, watched the Wolves quarterfinal.
We were sensational in that semi. That Wolves game. Absolutely brilliant.
It worries me that they played with hunger that day.
Yeah.
Because I was with Jack and we couldn't believe how they were playing. We were watching it, and even when we went 2-1 down, Jack was saying we still can do this. Even with 9 minutes left.
It was a travesty that we went down 2-1, wasn't it?
Yeah,
we should have been 3-0 up at that point.
Yeah.
So where's the mindset? Why can't these players just have it in them to do it on a more regular basis? And
Can I just say though, at that point we had Adi Vivash and Dennis Lawrence in our coaching staff.
No, true. So that's a good point. That is a good point. But it just makes you wonder what on earth goes on.
Do you think the coaching staff have changed the players' attitudes and the way they play, or the?
Well, that's evident because of the form under Mark Robins last year, without AD and without Dennis, and then with the current form from when Lampard joined our club to now. I mean, let me show you this.
I've seen this.
Teams, yeah, the current teams that are in the Championship, no team have got more points since Frank Lampard joined us than us. So since Frank Lampard joined Coventry City, there is no team that are currently in this division that are anywhere near as good as us. Sheffield United obviously got battered yesterday, lost in a playoff final. Bristol City, playoff achieving team. Portsmouth, probably an overachievement from their standards, but most of those points will be at home, I'm sure. And Millwall, who were dark horses to almost get into the playoffs last year, and who a lot of people are tipping to make the playoffs or be in the conversation this year. So, yes, we've only won 4 out of 13, as we've just said, but also we're the best over the last 30 games.
So do you think then, Jack, it's what we're really grumbling at is the type of, okay, that's a great record, but is it the type of football we're playing is what the problem is? Because I don't see it. I don't find it entertaining. But looking at those stats, we're getting results.
Was it Thursday live at the Stag and Hen, or was it last Sunday? I said, I think the main disappointment is due to managing expectations. Our expectations are to improve and improve and improve. I'm sure there were years and years gone by where we would scrape relegation, survive in the top division for, was it 30 years? If they painted the Titanic blue, it would never have gone down, that sort of thing. But since Robins took over in the bottom end of League One, all we've done year on year is improve. The only year we didn't actually improve on a position was the year we got to an FA Cup semi-final, which is an improvement in a way because we got to Wembley and won that game, as we all know. So every single year we're improving. So the expectation is to continue on an upwards trend. We've had a new owner, Sisu are gone, Wasps are gone. Over the last 7-8 years, there has been nothing but positivity in our club. And because we stagnated under Robins, we changed it. Lampard's come in and we've been the best over the last 30 games. So we're expected to kick on. We're all expecting us to kick on. Now, if we said over the next 10 seasons, we're going to be a playoff contending championship team, that's possibly some of the best football we're ever going to watch. Because we hear Sheffield United fans go, oh, we don't really want to go up because we get battered every week. And then we come down and then we have a good year. And then we go up and then we get battered every week. Yes, everyone wants to get to the Premier League to get in that money and to get into that loop. We all want that. I want that. Of course I do. I'll go to 13 new grounds if we get promoted. But we have to think, we've come from League Two and buying Peter Vincenti and, some utter dross that have got us to where we are today. We've gone on this amazing journey. I've only ever seen us pretty much improve from following Coventry City. We just need to manage our expectations and be happy that a top half championship finish is a fantastic result.
See, this is where the difference is, you see, because obviously me being older and Ken being even older, we can remember some really good times in the past and some bad times. But you can all you're seeing is what's happened in recent years. 'Cause that's what you can remember, and everything about it is good because it has improved from where we were in League Two. We were never down there when I was your age. Obviously, it was always top.
Well, we were all playing top flight football, weren't we?
Yeah,
Even though we were languishing in the bottom half of the table.
Yeah, a bad result was a draw against, I don't know, somebody not so great in the top flight. That was classed as a bad result in those days. But and you're right, because of where we have come from, and maybe because it's slowed down a bit, because it was quite rapid, the rise, wasn't it, into the Championship, and we're slowly getting there. And maybe that's what it is. It's the fact that it's for some people it feels too slow. They just want it now. I mean, Miles was saying the other night about wanting things now. He wants it done, basically.
But again, in the last decade, we've had 10-point deduction because we've been in administration. We've played at Northampton Town. We've played at St Andrews. We've played at Burton Albion. All of that has been, well, barring the Northampton bit, all of that has been on an upward trajectory.
3 years today, Burton Albion.
Mad.
I'm sure it came up on my memories.
Yeah,
so 3 years ago, we got battered by Bristol City at Burton Albion in a home game, and today we're whinging that we might not make the playoffs from the Championship. Oh, what a good problem to have. Look at Morecambe. Look at Bury. Look at Sheffield Wednesday. I really feel for their fans. The owners.
Yeah.
Look at those clubs and think that's terrible. That's awful what these fans have to go through, and we're whinging that we haven't bought a £10 million striker. Yes,
we haven't won our first home game of the season.
Yeah.
So
we haven't got a first home game of the season.
So 3 years ago, August the 10th, 2022, I've thought this will be the 5th time I've seen Coventry City play Bristol City at a different home venue. That was not.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
I took Caroline with me for a night out in Burton.
I remember I was in Skegness, and I drove all the way from Skegness to Burton for that game. I wish I hadn't, obviously, because I was on holiday at the time.
That was a weird game, wasn't it? Because he put out a reserve team.
Yeah, why do that? I mean, he knew the fans.
We had Hamer, Godden, Sheaf. They're all running up and down the side. They're signing autographs and all sorts, weren't they? It was bizarre.
And fans made the trip.
You wouldn't get that now, would you?
No chance. And the side he put out was just so weak. I couldn't believe it. I was just very surprised he did that. But knowing that the fans had spent that money and come to watch him, gone out their way.
I will read this. These are Day Sports photos. Jack, we're a minimum of a Championship side. Yes, we've come from League Two, but it's a disgrace that we were there in the first place. It's not a romantic journey by a tiny League Two club. And this is kind of what I was trying to say, Jack, about us being a bit older.
Yeah.
Although it's great we're doing it, we just should never have been there in the first place. Sky Blue Terrace, I agree with Jack. Too many fans expecting us to be in the Premier League already.
Yeah. And a lot of the youngsters I speak to are expecting us to go to Wembley again, because it doesn't work that way. We don't go to Wembley every season. You've had it lucky the last few seasons we've been to Wembley and we've been reasonably successful. But believe me, it doesn't work that way. How long did we have to wait before until '87 before we went to Wembley?
30 years, wasn't it?
Yeah,
30 years.
And it's mad, really. So
but before that, you had to wait 104 years to watch us go to Wembley. So
he's been about a long time, Claudia. But I agree. It's the youngsters' expectations, if you like, thinking that we've made it. We're a big club. We should be in the Premier League. Yes, it would be nice to be in the Premier League, but we've got to be realistic, haven't we? And just go with the flow. And
I think where we are as a club now, especially with the attendances we're getting, we need to keep doing well at home, because we all know what COF fans are like. People will just walk away again.
Yeah,
it's of the moment, isn't it? We've had a great run. People are behind us. You see the shirts everywhere. But if it tails off, we start losing, the casual fan will just not come up there, regardless of them buying a season.
And that's what you don't want. You can't get too big for your boots, can you?
People don't turn up for night matches.
Yeah.
And we're doing well. There was still quite a few empty seats yesterday, I know it was 29,000. But
And I think there'll be a few empty seats on Tuesday. I mean,
I reckon there's 27,000 in there yesterday.
Yeah, and they've shut the North Stand, haven't they, again for
for the Luton game? Yeah.
So it'd be half that. We'll be lucky to get 12 to 14,000.
Yeah, I was looking 12, 14, maybe 15 at a push, but because the kids are still off school and that, you might get a few extra.
But then on the flip side of that, people are on holiday.
Yeah. But yeah, we've got to take one step at a time, and we've got to remember that where we were and where we've been and where we're coming from, sort of thing. So it's a slow step, really. But yeah, we're all frustrated. We want Doug to spend a bit of money. We see him, when we see him getting money coming in from Vic and from Binks and from wherever else. We got record sales of season tickets and shirts. We just want to see him spend a little bit, don't we? That's why.
And it could happen still. We know Doug's quite secretive. We know this. From what I gather now, there won't be many rumours about team lineups anymore either. So that looks like they're trying to put a stop to that as well, which is good, obviously. Too much of it was coming out from the training camp, from what I gather.
Yeah.
Lee Beckett, Akpom, confirmed as an Ipswich player, which is great, which means he hasn't gone to Blues. That's fantastic. Mick Davenport says Wallace and Ferguson, Hutchison, Blythe, Coop, MacDonald, all great players.
Well, fantastic players, yeah.
You can tell how old people are by the players they love. Finn says, Coventry Everton best City game ever, Terry Gibson.
Yeah. Gibbo. He's another. That's the sort of player we need as well at the moment, Gibbo.
Uncle Jonga, you only have to look at Birmingham City owners to see the arrogance of feeling of entitlement with everyone chasing down this Premier League utopia.
Yeah. Teams like Wrexham and Birmingham, they think they're going to, the fans are all, it's not easy. It's not going to be easy. And I don't think, that's why I haven't put Wrexham in my predictions, because I don't think they're ready to go up yet.
Well, that was classic, them letting in 2 goals in injury time. I thought, welcome to the Championship.
Yeah.
A bit like Blues in injury time, wasn't it? That's what it's like.
Even though it was a harsh penalty, I thought, which got, but even so, you get decisions like that, don't you?
I've just saw I didn't realise the Charity Shield was happening today.
Yes, I did text you and mentioned to you that Palace had won it, believe it.
No idea.
Palace had won their second trophy.
Yeah.
Only their second trophy of all time, ever.
King says, I'm still surprised that when DK fired Robbins, so he's paying attention to the team, if not moving as fast as a lot of us would like. Doug's a winner. He wants results. Rounds of possibility. Tinfoil hat time. Could the dropping of Bissett have anything to do with the team leaks? I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe.
You can't say maybe. You don't know.
Well, we don't know. I've just asked, could maybe. Maybe you don't know.
Oh, dear.
I'm not saying yes, and I'm not saying no.
So, is there any other news, Ken?
No, that's about it. I think we've covered everything, Jack. Anything else that you need to cover?
Well, I've got a couple of stats if people are interested.
Go on,
Before that, all of the team that were down at the Stag and Hen on Thursday, we had a nice little gift from Neil Jakes. I haven't seen him comment tonight, so maybe he's not watching.
Yeah, fantastic calendar.
But I want to show, so I want to put this up at the beginning of every month, just so people are seeing what mine are. I've already got mine hung up. It's great. But he's made this little calendar. So football is back. That's great. Unbridled optimism coming. Ken's got his. Look, there you go. There you go. All the fixtures. I mean, some of them will change, and he won't be able to keep up with that. But it's just fantastic. There's some funny things in here.
There is, yeah. I was reading through it.
The top of this calendar looks funny as it is. The classic. Are we on the red button? Any bars in Benidorm showing the game? But yeah, Carabao Cup fixtures, and we're going to pop this up, I think, towards the beginning of every month, and just sort of show off what's in store for the month, which is fantastic. So thank you, Neil, for kind gift to all of us. We really appreciate.
Thank you very much. It was lovely, and it's nice reading through all the different months and the comments on there.
Yeah,
we'll bring this comment up, and it's been brought up before from Nicholas Coleman. Jack is right to a point, but Doug King put those expectations in the 5-year plan.
Absolutely, and that's the flip side of everything I've just said. Doug's the one that's putting this expectation onto us. This isn't just us having a WhatsApp group chat saying, "Oh yeah, we think we're all going to get promoted."
But did he? Because all he said was, "We got this Premier League package,
which we all bought into." Did we all buy?
Yeah. But if we get promoted, you get your season ticket free.
Yes.
It doesn't necessarily mean he's going to spend 100 million trying to do it.
No.
It's just
but it's still the goal. It's still the goal. In business, you can't say, "Oh yeah, we want to stay as the same."
No, but it's not guaranteed. You can't guarantee we're going to get promoted in 5 seasons. It's not going to happen, is it?
Of course, he's not.
You know, but people have taken it literally. That's exactly what we're going to do. The trouble is, there's 23 other teams trying to stop you doing it.
Yeah.
And 24, including ourselves, we like to stop ourselves doing it as well, don't we? Neil Jakes is here. Very welcome, chaps. He's just staying quiet in the background.
Yes.
Simon Hargreaves. Oh, Simon. We need to turn out a top 6 deck to a top 2 in Latty We Trust. Now, Simon Hargreaves.
He must be drunk.
He has no time for Latty, has he? That's why he's put that. Uncle Jonga. I'll read a couple more comments, I think. And also the way it's been pitched this season under the banner March to the City and putting the season ticket waiting list in place too. It's all points to a concerted push to promotion. I think it's just great marketing. Finn, wonder what the next package will be.
Yeah. Well, there you go. It could be anything, couldn't it?
What do we all think to the new graphic, by the way? I think this is really good. I like it. Good.
It shows you the picture of the players, just in case you've forgotten how they look, what they look like.
Did you notice the team came out at 11:15?
Yeah, 75 minutes before kickoff. It's the same as the Premier League now.
Really?
75 minutes. Oh, okay. I don't know whether that was just because it's an early kick-off game. And
I noticed it came out early, and I thought, and then because it came out early, I thought, this is some clever git with the AI or something, you know. Then I realised, no, it looks official.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks nice.
Good. I also saw this. So it's a first opening game goalless draw since 2003. So 22 years we haven't had a goalless draw in our opening game.
Wow.
That got me looking back on some recent 0-0s. So in the 22-23 season, so when we lost out to Luton Town at Wembley, that season we had 4 0-0s in the regular season. 3 0-0s in the regular season and 1 at home against Middlesbrough in the playoffs. And of those 4, 3 of them are away from home, only 1 at home. The following year, 23-24, we only had 2 0-0 draws, 1 at home to Stoke and 1 away to Blackburn Rovers right at the end of the season when Liam Kitchen got sent off.
Yeah, remember that.
Last season, the only 0-0 draw we had was at home to Millwall on the 29th of December when, I don't know if you remember the game, they turned up, put 10 men behind the ball and didn't let us win, essentially.
Yes.
So this is the first 0-0 draw this calendar year. And it's only the second in over 24 months.
Oh, okay.
26 months, in fact, because it was 27th of April, or 28 months then. 27th of April was the 0-0 against Blackburn. So we don't tend to draw many games 0-0. So on recent seasons, that's the only 0-0 draw you're going to get all year. So expect a goal.
Okay, well, we'll leave you with that then. Let's hopefully we won't get another 0-0 all season. Paul Stratton, 5 seasons now we have not won opening game. Is that true?
Yeah.
5 seasons. Wow.
Oh, I won't bother next season then.
Maybe you should give the first game of the season a miss. Yeah.
Although, can I just say that was the first home game in 5 seasons for the first game of the season.
Right. Yeah, because obviously sometimes we play the first game away. So, all right. Well, the Hatters are in town on Tuesday. Let's hope we can get our first win of the season there. Whatever team he puts out, who knows? He might play a few youngsters. He might put a full strength team out. Nicholas James says, Claudio, just before we go, can you sign his shirt next time he sees you?
If you bare your chest, I'll sign your chest, Nicholas.
Well, we'll leave you with that. That's it then. Thanks for watching, everybody. Our next live show is on Thursday, where we'll be discussing, obviously, the Luton game, and looking forward to the trip to Derby, which we didn't do very well at last year, if you remember. So hopefully we'll do a bit better this year. So we've got that to come on Thursday. Hopefully Miles will be back, be better, hopefully. So get well soon, Miles, if you're watching. I'm sure you are. And that's it. So we'll leave you. Thank you very much, Jack.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you, Claudio, as always.
Pleasure.
And thank you very much. And I'll see you. We'll all be there on Tuesday. And hopefully the Sky Blues will be getting a bit of revenge on the Hatters after the last couple of games we played against them and lost. Yeah. So it's you'll be what, sorry?
I'll be back in block 18 unless someone takes pity on me.
Yeah, he will not be in the boardroom on Tuesday. So you can get your autographs and his normal seat. That's it. A very good night to all and a big play up Sky Blues.
Play up Sky Blues.
Good night.
Sky Blue Fans TV, for the fans, by the fans.